because it was really interesting to me. And I saw it at PAX West as they were demoing it. It wasn't quite available yet, but I ordered it, and so I'm going to learn how to play this game right here. I haven't really opened this up to unbox it yet. So anybody, if you're not familiar with Gloomhaven, it is usually a much bigger box. Hilariously so, because this is so tiny compared to it. So this says, Gloomhaven and its mercenaries get shrunk down in this unique standalone single-player adventure. So you are tiny. I'm going to be playing tiny heroes here. So let's open this up and see what's in here. Learn to play booklet here. Now the components are so teeny tiny. It was really intriguing to me. Like, just take a look at these tiny little minis, like real minis, like mini minis. Tokens here. Looks like some health or condition markers here. Even the die it comes with is teeny tiny. And now we have a whole bunch of cards, which are also pint size. This one I will need to open up. Let's find the little tab. Trying to find the edge on this. All right, the old-fashioned way, I guess. Let's see. Oh my gosh. This is really stuck. Ouch. Oh my gosh. Okay, so stand by while I try to open this packaging. All right, found an edge. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what do we have here? These cards, those cards, these little guys. I'm going to read the tiny little Learn to Play book here. Getting started. Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs is a tactical combat game for one player. You will play as a mercenary in a series of scenarios that make up an exciting campaign story. Despite coming in a tiny package, this is a big game. This guide will teach you the basics to get you playing quickly. For the full rules, read the digital rulebook. I prefer quick starts like this, so I'm going to just continue on here. A, start by taking the deck of scenario cards from the box. Oh, there's way more stuff in here too. Okay, is this a scenario card? Which... Scenario deck. Oh, here we go. It's mixed in here. All right, this is a this card here is just showing what the symbols are. There are other scenario cards here. These, here we go, scenario deck. Okay. Start by taking the deck from the scenario cards. Flip over the top card and read the story of that shrinking feeling. All right. Okay, so we have here that shrinking feeling. What a time for Gloomhaven. Hey Jane, how are you? You just got here just as I'm starting to read the scenario for this. I'm playing Gloomhaven, but it is a tiny size version called Buttons and Bugs, and it's for solo players. I'm doing all right. I'm feeling kind of frazzled. I was running a little bit late, and just getting back into the streaming schedule and everything. And I'm already going to be off on Wednesday because I decided I was going to join a Vampire Masquerade game, just for personal playing. Yes, and it's also rainy and gloomy here, but I did have a really nice vacation in Halifax, Canada last week. Went to HalCon. That was just really lovely, really connecting with people again, old friends from when I was living there. But it did snow, which I did not like. It reminded me how much I don't like snow. All right, so I'm going to start reading this. That shrinking feeling. What a time for Gloomhaven. First, a black tornado from the void nearly destroyed the city. Then there were reports of the very essence of corruption trying to end everything. But all's well that ends well. And at the center of both events, Hale, a mysterious Esther who lives in a derelict tavern, the Crooked Bone. It is said she can turn anyone into a hero, exactly what you want to be. Sure, you don't have a lot of training, but put in front of the right adventure, you'd get the acclaim that is due to you. So with that bold purpose, you step across the threshold of the Crooked Bone and, no, that's not right. Everything is growing. Why is the doorway so large? Why are you so small? Is this some sort of Esther enchantment? You've been shrunk. Play scenario 1, a rude welcome. All right, so we'll see what I need to do next. I'm not sure what this means down at the bottom here. Before you begin, you will need to choose a character. There are 6 available characters, each described on the back of the respective character card. Okay, so I'm going to find the character cards. Oh, okay. Character setup. This guide will be using the Bruiser. If you are new to the world of Gloomhaven, we recommend using the Bruiser to follow along. Gather the following: your character card and the matching miniature. Okay, so I think Honey, thank you for showing. Here we go. So this is Bruiser. This card up here. So it looks like we've got things like active conditions that we can put down, maximum hit points. Not sure what all this is, but we'll see. And I guess there's like sections on the card that show where we're gonna put our discard and our items and other things. All right, Bruiser. It says complexity is low. The bruiser isn't afraid to take a hit because they know they can return the favor and then some. A bruiser gets right up in the enemy's face to punch through their defense and push them around. So we have ability cards here. For level 1, we've got Shield Bash, Spare Dagger, Warding Strength, and Leaping Cleave. And then we can, when we level up, we get these other things here. So that's handy. I also need to get my mini, and Jane, these minis are mini because this game, you do get shrunk down. So check this out, how mini these minis are. Isn't that adorable? So I'm gonna find Bruiser here. Let's see. Bruiser looks like they've got some horns, maybe. There we go. I think this is you, Bruiser. I'll try to bring this up to the camera angle. Which way am I going? This way? I don't think it's going to zoom in very well. Anyway, this is Bruiser here. Very cute. I like this. I saw this game at a convention, and I was immediately drawn in by the tininess of everything. All right. So we have the character card. We have matching mini. Brown hit point dial set to your character's maximum hit point value. Okay. So maximum hit points. Is it? Oh, something is up with this dial. Okay, this one seems like it's maybe broken. Oh, here we go. Now I'm curious what my hit points actually are here. Is it 18? Oh no, I'm at level 1. So the brown hit point dial set to your character's maximum hit point value for level 1. Okay, so level 1, I get 12. Trying to figure out how this dial actually, oh, there we go. All right. The 4 level 1 ability cards listed on the back of your character card. These are double-sided and start on their A side. Okay. I think it's these ones. Yeah, everything is like tiny size here, so I really, this is a very portable game, but it seems like it's actually got a lot going on, which is really kind of cool. All right, let's see what we've got here. Shield Bash. Looks like I'm looking for blue colored ones. Maybe the other packet has cards. Oh yeah, there's more in here. Yeah. Jane, how's your weekend going? I ran a game of D&D yesterday, and I got to play in a game of D&D today. So, pretty good for me. Here we go. Bruiser's cards are here. So we're gonna get Shield Bash, Spare Dagger, Warding Strength, and Leaping Cleave. Also been doing just a lot of cross-stitching lately. I finally finished my Ain't That Just the Way one. Yes, I have not. I caught up a bunch this week after getting back from Halifax, did a whole bunch of laundry, but it just feels like it just keeps piling up, right? All right, so I've got the cards. Brown character, attack modifier tray. I assume that's what this is. Place a white cube in the topmost slot. And these little cubes are also teeny tiny. Oh no, Jane. Oh, I guess it's actually this way. Scenario setup. It's time to read Scenario 1, A Rude Welcome. The next card in the scenario deck. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna stick this, flip this back here. I don't know what this, I really would love to know what this at the bottom of the card, what this is, but we'll see. Okay, Scenario 1, A Rude Welcome. Got some fancy gear there. You whirl around, taking in your familiar yet unfamiliar surroundings. Your attention settles on a scruffy character behind you, luckily on par with your diminutive statue. Nice and shiny, like it's never been used. Hand it all over and I'll let you live. Well, that simply won't do. Your gear is unused, but there's really only one solution for that. Fight. All right, so we have here monsters, a bandit guard, and we need, our goal here is to defeat all monsters. So we read the scenario entry up to including the goal. Okay, and then we stop there. So we need to retrieve the bandit guard monster card. Just handily right here. Flip the scenario card over to its map side. Oh, cool! Look at this! I forgot about this. So let's see. There's like a little map here. Some hexes have terrain with special rules defined by their colored border. Okay. So it looks like there's like white border, orange border, and green borders. Neither you nor enemies can move through obstacles, which are the X's. Oh, the green, so anything that's green is an obstacle, I guess. but you can attack through them with ranged attacks. Hazards are orange, will hurt anyone that moves into them. These hazards deal 1 damage each time the hex is entered. Okay. Take note of the quantity and cube colors of the monsters shown on the map. Place cubes in the map hexes with bandit guard artwork. Okay, so a green cube goes in the hex marked with the green cube. Oh, okay. Blue cube in its corresponding hex. There. All right. Okay, place your miniature in the starting hex right here. This is super cute. I mean, you know, it's also fantasy fight, but I love it so far. This is great. And then I need to get the monster tray. And I place the bandit guard. Oh, look at this. These components are awesome. So I just slid the bandit guard's card right into the slot here. And then we set the bandit guard's maximum hit points, which is the little droplet here. Oh, hold on. No, the white cube, I just jumped ahead, so I need to, oh, here. I'm gonna take a hit points dial that matches their color. Oh, their cube color, green. And then their max health is, or hit points is 8. Hold on. There's something wrong. That's not the right color, I guess. Huh. The colors are just slightly off, so hard to tell. Why is there no 8 here? Oh, on this side. Okay. So there we go. This is me, this is them. What else do we have to do? Put this over here. Retrieve the red monster modifier tray. Okay. Oh, there's a lot going on here. I need a little bit more space. Then I also have to add another white cube there. Now this game scenarios are only supposed to be 20 minutes, but I figured that was set up and everything. It was probably going to take me the hour to do this. Okay, we've got the reference card over here. Playing a scenario. Each scenario is played over a series of rounds, and each round consists of the following steps. 1. Card selection. First, pick 2 of your ability cards to play during the round. Okay. this leaping cleave sounds pretty good. And maybe shield bash. Okay. Oh, this one, that one is better if I have 2 enemies. So I think what I'll do is I'll give myself some warding strength, maybe? Not fully sure what these cards actually do, so we'll just should I go in all attacking, or should I give myself some other advantages here? What does this say? Warding strength. Attack deals, so that deals 3 damage and pushes the target away. Also gives me something. It strengthens, oh, advantage on all attacks. Okay. Okay, each scenario is played over a series of rounds and blah, blah, blah. Pick my ability cards, ordering of initiative. Determine the order in which you and the monsters will take turns. Character and monster turns. Finally carry out the turns in the order determined by initiative from highest to lowest. Do I just pick the initiative? Let's just keep reading. So these rounds continue until the scenario goal is reached or your character becomes exhausted. Before you play the first round, there are a few important concepts to understand. First, we need to go over actions and abilities. The entire top or bottom half of each of your cards is a single action, okay? So on warding strength, this here is all, I believe, a single action. On your turn, you will perform the top action of one of the cards you picked for the round and the bottom action of the other. Oh, okay, so what's this? Okay, so if I do warding strength, I do all the things that I described, but then I do the bottom here, which is I can move 4 spaces. But if I did shield bash, I would attack for 3, protect, shield, reduce attacks by 1, and then I would reduce attacks by an additional 2. Berserk could never be exhausted. Each action consists of 1 or more abilities represented by icons and numbers. The 2 most common abilities are move, which is the swift foot, and attack, which looks like a sword with a bash around it. These 2 abilities are so important that you can choose to forego any card's top action to instead perform a basic A, attack ability, or forego any bottom action to perform a basic move ability. All right, move. When you perform a move ability, you can move a number of hexes up to the value of the ability. For example, with a basic 2, you can move 2 hexes, moving to an adjacent hex with each movement point. Attack. An attack ability allows you to target an adjacent enemy and deal damage equal to the ability's value, modified by an attack modifier roll. That was a lot. An attack ability allows you to target an adjacent enemy and deal damage equal to the ability's value, modified by an attack modifier roll. I see, okay. So when I roll this, I guess I get the modifier. Anytime you perform an attack, roll the die and apply the corresponding modifier from the chart on your modifier tray. The applied modifier comes from the column A of the die result and the row B marked by the white cube. Okay. For example, if you perform a basic attack 2 and roll a plus result while the cube marks the third row, the attack will deal 3 damage, 2 from the attack value and 1 from the modifier. Okay. Most modifiers simply add or subtract a value, but there are 2 unique modifiers. There's like a yellow with a crossed out mark in the middle, reduces the final attack value to 0, while the 2x over here doubles the total value. Sometimes you will have advantage or disadvantage on your attacks. When you do, roll the die twice and use the better or worse modifier respectively. If you would have both, just roll once as normal. Important note, after each attack, move the cube down 1 slot in the modifier tray or back up to the top if it is at the bottom. Okay, that's cool. Oh my gosh, additional abilities. Aside from move and attack, there are a few other abilities and added effects on Bruiser's cards to cover. Jump. Which I don't see on the A side. Possibly on the B side. Movement with jump allows you to safely move through hazards and obstacles. You cannot end your movement on an obstacle, and you still suffer the effects of a hazard that you stop on. Range. An attack with range allows you to target an enemy at a distance up to the range value. However, a range attack against an adjacent target will have disadvantage. Okay, that makes sense because you're right next to the person. Area of effect. An area of effect attack can affect multiple targets. I think that was this one here. So we do have the spare dagger has a ranged attack, which is kind of cool. And then this is showing the area of effect. The gray hex indicates your position relative to the red target hexes. If the area does not include a gray hex, at least one target hex must be within range, but the area can be rotated or mirrored. Okay, cool. Conditions. A condition ability applies the listed condition to the indicated target or the target of an attack if listed as an attack effect. Each condition's effect is described on the icon reference card. Here. So there's like poison or wound, muddle, things like that. Interesting. Place applied condition tokens on your character card or for a targeted monster next to its health dial. Alright. There's just more things here. There's pierce, there's shield, there's push. There are elements like wind. Ignore elements for now. Okay, I think I do need to know what shield does. Shield is an active bonus that negates damage from each attack that targets you. The damage negated is equal to the shield value. It's an active bonus lasts until the end of the round or even longer. Such actions are marked with an icon in the lower right corner. I see. So in this case, with the warding strength, it has like an infinity symbol down here, so it lasts until I choose to end it. Place cards with active bonuses above your character card in the active area. Okay, so right up here. Can push also. I think one of these does a push. Yeah, warding strength does. Allows you to move the target a number of spaces up to the push value. Each space must increase the range to the target by 1. On the Bruiser's warding strength card, the push is applied to the target of the attack. Okay. Alright, now we're going to get into the battle. At the start of each round, you'll pick 2 cards from your hand, which you'll play during the round. Do so now. Important, you will perform the top action of one card and the bottom action of the other, but you do not have to decide which actions to perform yet. For example, as the Bruiser, you could pick Shield Bash and Warding Strength, which I did, with the intent to move adjacent to the Green Bandit with the bottom action of Shield Bash. So Shield Bash gives me 4 movement. Oops, I knocked myself over. And I can move down here, and then I can attack with Warding Strength. Okay. And then push the bandit into the hazard and strengthen myself. Ordering of initiatives, this is important here. After picking your 2 cards, choose the initiative value of one of them. This determines when you will take your turn during the round. The lower your initiative, the sooner you act. Okay, this I'm confused about. Choose the initiative value of one of the 2 cards. After picking your cards, choose the initiative value of one of them. This determines when you will take your turn during the round. The lower your initiative, the sooner you act. Next, you'll determine the initiative of the bandit cards. Roll the die and move the white cube on the monster tray to the slot matching the die results. Okay. I rolled a 1 for the bandit. Roll the die, move the white cube to the slot matching the die results. Oh, it's a minus. There we go. Okay. The column below the cube indicates the bandit's initiative. Ah, there's that symbol. I just don't know where. Just don't understand how I actually determine my initiative, though. I really don't understand the wording of this. After picking your 2 cards, choose the initiative value of one of them. Oh, is there... Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. So I will pick the column below the cube indicates the bandits. What they lose. If their initiative value is lower than yours, they will act before you. So I want a lower number. So 15. So I'm going to pick 15 and they have 30. Okay, so I'm going to go first. The rest of the round consists of your turn and the monster's turns. Whoever has the lower initiative will act first. On your turn, you'll perform the top action of one of your chosen cards and the bottom action of the other. You can perform either action first. After finishing an action, flip the card to its B side and return it to your hand. If the action has an active bonus icon, instead, place it into your active area above your character card for now. Track damage you suffer by reducing your current hit points on your hit point tile. Okay, I'm going to start by... Okay, I guess these don't go down quite yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move... I'm going to take the bottom action here of Shield Bash so I can move up to 4. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to use warding strength to attack. So I have to roll here. So I got a plus, which gives me +1 to my attack here. So I've got, that's 4. Gonna inflict 4 damage, I think. They have 1 shield, okay. So it's 3 damage. So go down to 5. And then I'm gonna push them back so that they go into, I don't know, there's a bunch of spiky things going on over here. And then they take another 1 damage from that. And then I give myself strength. So I have advantage on all my attacks now. Which I don't think matters because I already rolled very well. So, all right, I've got I do not have any shield up right now, I guess. Let me see. Oh wait, I'm so confused now. These are the 2 things that I used. Okay, so yeah, I don't have a shield right now, so we'll see. Monster's turn. So they got a minus, which is they'll get -1 on their attack on me. And they can attack for, they can hit me for 1 and move up to 2. So I think they're gonna just move here and then attack me. And yeah, I just take the damage, I think, because I don't have a shield up right now. So that's 1 damage. And then the other bandit is going to move 2 spaces. I'll go around these obstacles. And then now it's my turn again. So this time, I think what I'll do is I will use, since we're in melee here, I'm going to use my shield bash and then have a shield up from my warding strength. So I'm going to shield bash this bandit here for 3. Oh, I have to roll here first. I got another plus. Oh, this has to move down. So I've got 3 plus 2, so I get 5 on this bandit, but they have a shield that reduces it to 4. And I knock out the bandit. And then I have my shield that's up. And then this bandit is gonna go. They get neutral. So nothing added to their attacks. Oh wait, I think this bandit didn't actually hit me because they had a, I think they had a negative on the last one, so, all right. This bandit is gone. And then I think I needed to have another counter, and I did not do that. How much health? I've got 8. Okay, so this bandit is going to come towards me again. I've got 2 moves. 1, 2. So they're not close enough to actually even hit me. And then it goes back to the top of the round. So we move these white cubes down. And then I'm going to, I still have my shield up, so I'm going to use, I guess I'm going to move closer. And then I'm going to use my warding strength. Roll this. That's a neutral result. So I will hit them for 3 points of damage. And they'll only take 2 points. So they're going to go down to 6. Then I don't have a shield up. So now it's their turn. Ooh, they get a plus this time, so their attack is going to be +1. So I get hit for 2 points of damage. Okay. And then my turn again. So I am going to... I'm going to shield bash them this time, I think. Oops, I need to move this down again. So that is also a neutral result. So they get hit for another 2 points, but then I have a shield of 2. And then they're going to come at me. Minus. So it's -1, so that means it negates their attack. Then we move these down again. Another neutral result for me. I think I'm gonna do this one because it gives me advantage on... Actually, if it gives me advantage, I will try this because no, that's a minus. Alright, so I am gonna hit them for another 3. Which is actually only 2. Because I have a shield. And I'm gonna push them back 1, 2, just so they have to come at me again, I guess. And I will walk. Move just out of reach, just to be annoying to them. Then it's their turn. They also got neutral, and they can only move 2 spaces, so 1, 2. Move our white cubes up. I'm gonna roll. Got another neutral. And then, so I'm gonna move 4. 1. 2. And then I'm gonna hit them for 3, which knocks them out. All right. So I have defeated the 2 bandits in this area. Um, okay. End of round. After you and the bandits have taken your turns, the round will end. Cards in your active area with round bonuses are now flipped to their B side and returned to your hand. Oh, I did not remember the B side thing. Oops. I think I could have done some cooler things. I've got like Unstoppable Charge and Skewer. That battle could have ended a lot faster. I have to remember that for next time. You should now have 2 A side cards and 2 B side cards in your hand. Wait, why am I supposed to have 2 B side cards? Oh, because yes, okay, I got it. I'm gonna forget about all this. When you suffer damage, you may negate the damage by discarding or losing cards in one of 3 ways. Oh, okay. Elements, that's something we're not looking at right now. Heal allows the target to regain hit points. Heal value. Resting. There are 2 ways to rest, short rest and long rest, and both allow you to retrieve cards from your discard pile at the cost of losing 1 card. You can rest only if you have at least 2 cards in your hand and or discard pile. Okay. You can perform a short rest at the end of a round. When you do, return all cards from your discard pile to your hand and flip them to their A side. Then you lose 1 card at random. If you want to, you can suffer 1 damage to lose a different random card instead. Instead of choosing 2 cards for the round, you can declare a long rest. You'll take your turn at initiative 99 and follow these steps. Okay. Exhaustion happens if you have 0 hit points or you have no cards. If you become exhausted, you lose the scenario. Okay. So next time I just have to remember that these cards need to be flipped over. I do need to look at the end of this. Yes, here we go. Well, your gear certainly isn't shiny anymore, and it wasn't even particularly fancy to begin with, come to think of it. Got the job done at least, but your situation is quite dire. You'll need to survive long enough to find out how to restore yourself to original size. But for now, you'll need to deal with the vermling that just appeared. Read the collector. Oh my gosh. Check this out. I'm going to wrap up just in a moment here, but I'm going to show this card first. The collector. Okay. So I'm just I will read this here. The collector took out the scavengers, I see, the vermling offers. You are not the first to barge in on hail and get this less than ideal result. We've all been there. Some of us have realized the need to work together if we are to make the best of this. I assume you'd like to be big again? You nod. Then I have a proposal for you. During my time here, I've collected things that may be useful. You may borrow them, and in exchange, I will accompany you so I may expand my collection. I can also tell you that your best hope for escape is getting to the Crooked Bone and taking the issue up with Hale. Unfortunately, you look behind you to see the door now firmly closed. Yeah, the only way is through Button's Kingdom across the road. Come on. Can now equip items during scenario setup, and then we play the next scenario. So there is just like a sort of quick introduction to Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. Very cute little setup here. I really like all the little components here. there's definitely a lot going on that I still need to wrap my head around, particularly the cards flipping around. But yeah, that was really fun. Thanks for joining in chat, Jane. Like I said, my Wednesday is this Wednesday. I'm not going to be streaming, but next week I'm trying to get back to a regular streaming schedule. I might find another weekday to do some video game streaming, but yeah, I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your weekend, and I will see you. Oh, nice! It's super, like, I think it's really neat that it's in this tiny little box. It's very portable. Yeah, and I don't know if you've played the original Gloomhaven game, but it is the opposite of this. It's like, it's huge. It's like the biggest game ever, I feel like. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you online. Take care.